Top of the morning, good afternoon, and hello, and welcome to the Friday Rant. Happy Paddy's Day. Yes, I'm wearing my favorite shirt. My dad gave me this shirt 30 years ago. That tells you how much weight I put on. Zero. About 30 years ago, my favorite shirt. I break it out every Paddy's Day. I should take it out more, but I love taking it out on Paddy's Day. So just in case you were wondering, who's that fantastic looking guy with the shirt? Holy moly. It's me. All right. Look at that. It's a little bird's nest. It's a perfect bird's nest. Now, let me ask you a question. Today's rant is inspired by St. Patrick, who never gave up. He was captured by the Irish, thrown onto a field. Hey, Paddy, take all those feckin' sheep there and take care of them, would you? St. Paddy did it for many years before he escaped, went back to England. Was called by God, went back to Ireland, and changed a lot of people. Pretty amazing story. A saint is a sinner who never gave up. A successful coach is a coach who never gave up. What would happen if the bird halfway through said, I don't think I can finish it. That's a lot of work. I don't know if I have the confidence to finish it. Yeah. I don't know if I really have the stamina to go the full Monty on this one. Banjat, banjat, banjai. It's Sanskrit. It means keep on keeping on. 95% of coaches give up in the first 6 months. 6 months blows me away, but I understand it, because in the first 6 months of getting out of school, I didn't tell anyone that I was a coach, kept it to myself, didn't charge anyone, didn't know what coaching packages were, had no clue what I was doing, too afraid to coach people, too afraid to charge people, too afraid to let people know what I was doing. So I didn't do well for the first year. You can imagine. Could you imagine opening up a coffee shop, not telling anyone that you've opened up a coffee shop, not knowing what to charge for the coffee, not knowing what days you're open, what days you're closed, too afraid to charge for your coffee, too afraid to tell people you've opened. How long do you think that coffee shop would last? About a week. That's what coaches do. That's what I did. That's what most coaches do. That's why 95% of the coaches don't make it. They spend thousands of dollars in coaching skills. That's called the honeymoon phase. And then they get out of school where the real work begins, where they now take what they've not learned. They've just been given the information. They haven't practiced it. They haven't learned it. And now they got to put it into practice, and they don't want to. Too afraid to. No confidence. No, too anxious, got a lot of fearful thinking. And they allow that, their personal reality, which is what they're choosing right now. Instead of looking to the future, they look at the possibility. They're looking at what is. And what is I have no clients. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no help. I don't know what to charge. I'm too afraid to charge anything. I've conflated money with my self-worth. They're two separate things. Money is money. It's an outside thing. Self-worth, inside thinking thing. Completely different. But coaches put them together. And that's why they don't charge. That's why they don't create contracts, high-end contracts, coaching packages. I'm speaking from experience, coaches. I'm telling you my story through rattling on here on a Friday. It's my story. So the problem is they don't keep on keeping on. They don't do what the bird does, which is they don't stop till they've gotten the result that they want. They don't stop until it's complete. They don't stop until the job is done. Now, most coaches, the only problem they really have, and I had it for a long time, was the me problem. And the me problem is I make business building about me. I make creating clients about me. I make making money about me. Instead of going out there, doing the work, throwing some crap against the wall, showing up, trying stuff, and keep on trying stuff until you find what works. Keep on keeping on. Banjat, banjat, banai. Keep on keeping on. Take a little leaf out of the, or maybe it's a straw, out of the bird's little nest here. Keep on keeping on. But most coaches quit in the first 6 months. They have no support, no help, no accountability, no schedule for when their business is opened, no schedule for when their business is closed. They don't know what to charge. They're afraid to charge. Where can you go with that? You can't go anywhere but down. You know, that's what I did. Now, I didn't do that for 6 months or a year or 2 years. I did that for nearly 3 years before I met Steve Chandler. Well, actually, I cried out to Steve Chandler. I didn't meet him. I cried out to him, please help me. I don't know what I'm doing. You see, most coaches are focused on what is. And what is usually, I don't have any clients and I'm afraid. You as a coach, as a professional coach that want to do something in the world, that you want to go out there and serve with your heart and soul, you want to change the world, you want to change people's lives, you want to make life better for people, you've got to be willing to get out of the bubble just a little bit. You've got to be willing to lean up against the comfort zone just a little bit. You've got to be willing, that's the word, to show up and try stuff. Just a little bit. Like the song, wiggle it just a little bit. You've got to be willing to keep on keeping on until the job is done. Just like St. Paddy. He did not give up. Now, he could have, when he got away from Ireland and decided to go back, he could have been grabbed as a slave again, thrown into the field and said, hey, you remember the sheep? They're still here. But he didn't. He was like, I'm going to see this to the end. Now, you don't have to be like St. Paddy. You don't have to go to Ireland and do sheep farming for many, many years. You can decide that I'm going to tell everyone I'm a coach. I'm going to decide to work with people who really want coaching. I'm going to decide to work with the people who are willing to do the work, not the people who are not. Not the people who bitch and moan and cry about, oh, coaching $25, that's too much to change my life. Don't work with those people anymore. Decide not to work, and I apologize for the profanity. I usually don't use profanity. I don't know what happened there, so I do apologize. But for the rest of the talk, I don't apologize at all. So you've got to, I'm going to have to maybe, put a bleep in there. But you've got to decide, hey, I'm going to see this to the end. I am going to put myself out there because there's no point in being a coach if you're half ding-ling-ling it. If you're just doing this, no point. Decide life is short and you're going to put both feet into the swimming pool. That's the only way you can get to do the strokes, is if you're in the swimming pool. Now, it's all right to dip your toe in the pool to see if, hey, this is what I want to learn. This is what I want to do. Wonderful. But once you've dipped your toe in the waters for a few months, it'll start to become obvious whether you want to do the work or not. It will become obvious whether or not this is the direction that you want to go. It will become obvious to you. Yes, I want to serve people. I want to help people. I want to make money. I want to create the dream life for myself. I want to go out and change the world. I want to help people have better lives. And I'm willing to show up and do the work. Now, the work is twofold. It's vibrational work and it's action work. You got to act upon it, but first you got to vibrate with it. What does that mean? Most coaches focus on what is. I talked about it earlier. And what is means looking at something and saying, oh, I don't want that. I don't want no clients. I want more clients. I want more clients. But I'm looking at my bank account and I have no clients. I'm focused on what I don't want. And so law of attraction works like gravity. Whether you believe it or not, it works. Whether you were on the planet before it was here or not, it still works. And it says that which you focus on, you attract. That which you think about, you become. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he or she or them or they. And so as coaches, we've got to do the vibrational work. What is the vibrational work? The vibrational work, and by the way, we're going to talk more about this in the art and science, or in the art of allowing, coming up in April. I'll put a link down below. But you've got to do the vibrational work first, which means as a new coach or a coach who doesn't have enough clients, not making enough money, you've got to look at what are the thoughts you're thinking? What's the vibration that you're putting out? What is the talk, the self-talk that you're giving yourself? And you've got to be able to move from that negative not wanting to positive wanting, negative belief to positive value, from fear to love, from not wanted to wanted. How do you do that? It's really simple. Again, the art of allowing is going to talk all about that. I'm going to take you through all the fear, money, relationships, jobs, careers, workshops, coaching fee, coaching packages, all that stuff. You're going to move through all of that. The most simple way to do it is to decide that you are going to notice the language that you're using around your coaching clients. Oh, I don't have enough clients. Why don't I have enough clients? Oh, God, I'm stupid. Oh, God, I don't know what I'm doing. And start to notice the language that you're using and then start to soften it. I'm a horrible coach. Soften it a little bit. How could you soften that? You know what? I'm a new coach. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm okay with that. I'm going to be okay with that just for today. I'm going to give myself permission today to be a crappy coach, to be an inexperienced coach, to be a non-seasoned coach, to be a social coach. So that you talk yourself away from the negative belief to the positive value, from what's not wanted to wanted. It's a very simple exercise. I use it with all my clients. Some of my clients run companies, big companies. I use the same process because everyone has a lot of self-negative talk. But you see, what you focus on, what you talk about, what you think about, you feel, and what you feel, you create, and what you feel, you give meaning to. Thought creates a feeling, feeling creates meaning, and the meaning is your life. Whatever you say a thing means, that's your world, that's your life. I don't like that. That's your world. The universe says, okay, I'll give you more of what you don't like. I don't have any clients. The universe says, yes, wonderful. I'll give you not more clients. And so most coaches need to start to stop looking at what is. No clients, no coaching fee, scared to do this, scared to do that, anxious, stressed, not working. And start to move out of that a little bit. Start to daydream. Start to look at what do you want to create? What's missing in your world? How many more years do I want to beat myself up for not being perfect? What permission do I need to give myself in order to be happy today? What permission do I need to give myself in order to give myself a break today with my business or my life? But you've got to be willing to go the distance with that. You've got to be willing, like the bird, not to stop in the middle. Bird never stops in the middle, goes the full distance. St. Paddy didn't stop in the distance, went the whole distance. And as a coach, you've got to be willing to do that too. Now, does that mean do it perfectly? No. Does that mean do it like Tony Robbins? No. Does it mean do it like Dermot? No. It means doing it like you would do it. And how would you do it? How would you create your business? How do you want to show up for yourself? That's the key. And giving yourself permission is a great way to do that. Business building was meant to be fun, coaches. It's meant to be easy. It was meant to be something that you could look forward to creating. Most coaches don't look forward to creating. They don't look at of what's possible in the future. They look at what is now. And that's the rub, because you've got to be willing to take your attention off what you don't have and start to focus it on what you want to create. That's the key. Everything turned around for me when I said, you know what? I'm going to start focusing on what I want. And I'm not going to give up until I get it. Now, I'd gone through a lot of pain and suffering and spent thousands. Won't even tell you. I'm embarrassed to tell you how many thousands. And then at some point I decided I'm either going to step out of this and go work at McDonald's. Or back then it was actually a coffee shop. I'm going to go back working at a coffee shop or something. Anything's got to be easier than this. But ease is what you bring to the business. Business building is not easy. It's not hard. You bring hard by all the hard thinking you have about it. You bring ease to it by all the easy thinking you bring to it. You bring all the possibilities by all the possibility thinking that you bring to it. That's the key. But most coaches put self-worth and money together and then they're screwed. They're done. They're out of the game 6 months. I have no idea how I lasted this long. Actually, I no idea how I lasted the first 3 years. But once I met Steve, it all fell into place. Not about being hard on yourself. It's about looking at what is and deciding what is it gonna be. And this is a long game. Coaches think they come out of school and then they just magically put up the sign and, like Kevin Costner said, build it and they come. But this is a relationship game. It's not a marketing and sales game. It's not a getting game. It's not a selling game. It's a service game. It's a relationship game. It's a building trust. It's a KLT. Know, like, and trust me. And then they'll buy from me. And that takes time. You would never expect to go out on a first date and then, ask the person to marry you. Why? Because it takes time. The bird with this nest knows that it takes time. And they don't even have hands. They just got a little beak. They build this whole nest with a little beak. Oh, my God. They know about Banjat, Banai. Keep on keeping on. All right, coaches. I hope you've enjoyed our little rant today on Paddy's Day. Saint is a sinner that never gave up. Successful coach is a coach that never gave up. And the biggest key in there is to get support. You alone can do it, but you can't do it alone. Get the supports, get in a program, whatever it is, and keep on keeping on. That's the key. That is the key. I leave a link down below for Club Fearless also. We're test driving the program right now. You can test drive for $50. And Club Fearless is a program that's looking for people who want to do the work. We can learn how to use the law of attraction. We can learn the 3 principles. All of that stuff I teach. And you can create clients from a place of ease, from a place of creativity, inspiration, inspired action, playfulness. But you've got to be willing to show up. And so Club Fearless is for the people who really want to show up. As a lot of you coaches I know are coming into Club Fearless soon, are going to find out. But it's fun work. It's perspiration, but it's fun perspiration. It's taking risks, but it's fun taking risks. When you see risk as a feeling, the only thing you ever risk is a feeling. When you really see that, and we'll help you to do that in Club Fearless, then the game is up. You can create whatever you want. You're free to create whatever you want because you got no thinking about it. You got no fearful thinking about it. And that's the key. It's wonderful. All right, coaches, we're going to leave it there today. Hope you've enjoyed our little rant, our little Friday rant. Think big, have fun, and stay curious. And banat banjai. Keep on keeping on.